Hello, 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 guys. How are you doing? Long time no see, I know. I know. I'm just getting the last bit of my ingredients out, the cold ones, actually. I got everything else out. So, I got the green and red peppers, I got the onion, I got the tomato paste, I think that's it, and garlic paste. I have minced garlic, but I don't think I have garlic paste. So we'll just use a little bit of minced garlic. It'll be okay instead of garlic paste, okay? Oh, and the ground beef. Let's get the ground beef out. Okay? All right. So, first thing we are going to do is we are going to put this into the pot, okay? And even if I hadn't touched the ground beef, we would still wash my hands because I touched the package. But my hands did touch the ground beef, so we're going to wash our hands after this. Okay? Let me get this paper towel right here. Yeah. I'm going to wash my hands real quick, guys. Always wash your hands, even if you just touch the packaging of raw meat. Okay? Being careful, my computer's like right next to the sink. That's the only place for it, so. But yes, we're having dirty spaghetti. Comment below if you've ever had dirty spaghetti. Okay? Hold on, guys. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Hey. Oh, that's good. I saw the back of it. It doesn't look quite right. The back doesn't look. It looks like they did a bad job. Well, as long as you like it, but it doesn't look right. Were you trying to get it faded? No, it's just cut too short the way they did it in the back. But all right, come join my live. I'm on live. Okay. All right, guys. That was my brother. Okay. So let's see. Did we get everything? Let's see. Let's go back. Did we get everything out? Okay. So let me see. Does he have? Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So it's going to be 2 pounds of ground beef that I'm doing. Okay. Or you can do 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of ground Italian sausage. He did one of each. I am doing 2. I don't do ground Italian sausage. But if you want to, and if you really wanted to, you could do the whole 2 pounds of the ground Italian sausage. So that's up to you, whatever you want. Okay. He didn't exactly say 2 pounds, but I saw him put 2 packs of 1 pound. So, yeah. Okay. So we're going to turn it on and get it cooking, okay? All right, 4 tablespoons. 4 tablespoons. Now I'm going to write this down so I can remember if I want to make it again. Okay? The flour, if you see that light flashing, which I'm turning it off because it's annoying. Okay? 4 tablespoons of flour. Okay, 4 tablespoons. Now, once you're done, I mean, if you have a whole lot of fat in here, like if you used like a 73.27. I think that's the lowest. You might want to drain some of it, but you want to leave some of the grease in here because when the flour goes in, you want it to mix in with the grease. Okay, and you're gonna mix it in, and let's see. Okay, so you can just have your ingredient list written down. Now I said 2 pounds of ground beef or 2 pounds of Italian sausage or 1 pound of each. 4 tablespoons of flour. Do not drain all of your grease because you're going to need it to mix it with the flour. You want to get it mixed all over the ground beef and stir it up. And then we're going to put 2 tablespoons. I did it wrong. SP. Okay, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Now I'm just going to do 2 big squirts. That's what I'm going to do, okay? All right, and then after we add the flour in, get it mixed in the 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, then we'll continue on and see what's next, okay? So we're going to get this all mushed up. Well, I'm going to go one more past the tomato paste. Okay, so as far as you're going to take after you squeeze in or, scoop your 2 tablespoons of tomato paste in there, you want to flatten the tomato paste and just kind of spread it and let it heat for about 30 seconds. He just said for a little bit, but about around 30 seconds before you start mixing it up. Then you want to mix it up. Okay? Then after that, you can go ahead and add your veggies. Your onions, your green and red pepper. He said green and red pepper, but I'm probably be doing red, yellow, and orange. I got frozen. They're all mixed, so I'm just going to grab a handful. He didn't say how much. He just did it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of onion in and grab a little bit of the peppers and just put them in. Okay? And then he said a little bit of ginger paste. Now, if you have ginger paste, yes. I think I looked for it once, but they didn't have it, and I just forgot about mine. So I'm just going to put like 1 or 2 squeezes of ginger. That's it. Okay? He didn't say how much, whatever you like. Okay? So, we got that. And then as far as let me see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. Oh, and then the Worcestershire sauce. So for Worcestershire sauce, just put a few splashes, okay? 3 or 4 splashes. So just write that down if you want to write how much. Just put a few splashes, 3 or 4, whatever you want, to your liking. So you're going to put 2 pounds of ground beef or ground Italian or 1 each, The flour, 4 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a few splashes of Worcestershire sauce, and your green and red peppers or yellow, orange, whatever colors you want. Just put whatever you like in there, and your onion. Put whatever you like in there, your minced onion. And that's it so far. Okay, we got beef broth, beefy onion Lipton soup. Beefy onion Lipton onion soup. Nature's seasoning, which Nature's seasoning is like this McCormick. It's just called Nature's, but you can get this too. Garlic, onion, black pepper, and sea salt, all mixed in one, okay? Then you're going to have Where did I see the rest of the seasonings I took out? Oh, down here. Cajun. So I just used Tony Chachere's. Tony Chachere's. This one is no salt. You can use one that has salt. It's okay. Italian seasoning. Italian seasoning. Italian seasoning. Oh, for the Cajun I used, forgot to show you guys, Tony Chachere's. I keep forgetting to fix the lighting on my computer. I'm sorry, guys. That's why it looks so dark. I gotta fix it. Okay, we got the ginger. Minced ginger. It's ginger paste, but I don't have that. And the nature seasoning, it's McCormick instead. But it's onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and sea salt. Okay? And then we're going to have the Worcestershire sauce. We're going to have the beef broth. I haven't got to that yet on the video, so I'm not sure how much. But the Worcestershire sauce, about 3 or 4 splashes. The ginger paste, just a couple of squeezes. And the bell peppers and the now just put bell peppers. You can use any color you want. It says green and red, but I don't like green. So, and the onions, you can put as many as you want. So if you want to put half an onion, a whole onion, or a fourth of an onion, depending if you like or don't like onions, okay? Or you can use the already pre-cut ones in the produce section, the fresh cut ones, or you can use frozen. My bell peppers are frozen too because I cut them up ahead of time. They're fresh, but I cut them up and put them in the freezer. Okay? Okay. So he said after you do all that with the Worcestershire sauce, the onions, the peppers, and all that stuff I already mentioned, then you're going to pour in your beef broth. Now, he's pouring it from one of these 32-ounce ones. I buy the one that has, let me see, 50% less sodium. Okay? He pours part of it in. Wait, what did he say? Let me go back. He says, put some in. So I will do about half. It's 4 cups, so I'll put about 2. He says, stir it in and let it cook out and then put some more. And he puts the rest of the box. So I'm figuring I'll put 2 and then let it cook down, then put the other 2. Okay? Wait. I'm trying to. Hold on, guys. Okay, I was trying to pause it. Okay, so once the ground beef is almost done. And stuff. Then you want to boil some water for your noodles. Now, you can use angel hair pasta. You can use spaghetti noodles, thick or the thin ones, whatever. I'm using spaghetti noodles, the thin. I think he only put in 1 pack, but I'm putting in 2 packs. I always do when I make spaghetti. So, he said, put it in boiling salt water. Don't add oil. I always add oil so the noodles don't stick. But he says, don't add oil to the water because it'll spoil it. Oil spoils the water or the noodles, whatever. So he said, don't. Okay? So no oil in your boiling water. Just add some salt. Just salt your water. Okay? And then after the other stuff is done, we'll be adding all the seasonings. just to your liking. The Italian seasoning, the nature seasoning, which can be McCormick, but it's a garlic and onion and black pepper and sea salt. Now, if you don't have this, when you're making this, just take some garlic powder and onion powder, some salt and pepper, black pepper and sea salt, or if you don't have sea salt, you can use regular salt, and just mix it all in. Okay, mix all four in if you don't have this, okay? And just mix some of this. This is the Cajun, though mine doesn't say Cajun, but y'all know Tony Satcherson. But if you have something like this, I do, that says Cajun, you can use this too. Okay? All right, any kind of Cajun seasoning you have. Okay? It could be Tony Satcherson. You could say Cajun, whatever. Just Cajun seasoning, okay? Okay, Cajun seasoning, Italian seasoning, and your all seasoning here with the Nature's or McCormick or whatever. Okay, remember it has garlic and onion powder, black pepper, and sea salt. So you can put them separate if you don't have this. Okay? So I'll repeat each step I'm at as I go along. Okay? All right. So if you write those seasonings down, just put it seasoned to your liking next to them all. Okay? You can write them all down and then put a little. You know how you put the little thing? Like I'll make it and show you. You know how you write some stuff down and then you put, like sometimes you do this from one item to the next, and then you can just write it out here and say season to your liking or something, okay? Okay, it's like this. Sometimes I do this from one item to the next, and then you just put over here, season to your liking. Okay, so if you want to write the seasonings down, that's how you can do it, okay? So you don't have to write it down by each seasoning. So just remember, if you don't have ginger paste, you can always use minced ginger, okay? Or you can mince a few up on fresh if you want. And onions, remember, you can put as much as you want, as little as you want. You can cut up an onion yourself. You can do the fresh onion that's in the produce section, or you can get a bag of frozen onions. Okay, whatever you're liking. Or you can take a bunch of onions, cut them up, put them in a bag, and freeze them and use them when you need them. Okay, that's up to you too. Okay? So, now, how you do it all depends on how. It's best to cut them up and freeze them if you use a lot of onions. But if you don't use them hardly, you can just get a small container of some already chopped up onions or something, you know? So whatever to your liking. Okay? And whatever kind of Italian seasoning you have. This, I'm going to put, that is a 93.7. So there's barely any grease in there. So I'm going to add, because I see it sticking a little, I'm going to add just a little bit, and I'm going to leave the oil right behind here. A little bit of avocado oil. You can use avocado oil, olive oil, whichever one you have. To add to the meat. So if you have ground beef that's like 93.7 or 96.4 or 97.3, the ones that barely make any grease, you might want to add a little bit of oil. So you'll have some oil to mix with the flour when you do that, okay? Now I have it on medium high, which is how I always cook my ground beef. And y'all can cook it on whatever y'all use to cook ground beef on. But I'm going to turn it down to medium or close to medium while I'm doing the other stuff. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to get me, instead of using a measuring spoon right now, I'm just getting a tablespoon. Okay? So I'm going to go back just to make sure that I get it right. Well, he said put the whole patty in there, and then once it sears on one side, flip it and then chop it up. But cook ground beef the way you cook it. All right, I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. So we're gonna put the 4 tablespoons. I got a little cup right here, little cup on the top of the thing. See, I got a cup on the top of the thing. I'm trying to turn around so y'all can see me too, because I don't have a space over here to really put my. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I wish I could fit it on this counter in front of the microwave. Maybe I could. Let's see. Let's see if I could. That might work. We'll see. Let's see if that will work. If you hear my phone, it always makes. Okay. Can y'all see the pan? Okay, you guys probably can. If I'll just get this stuff out the way so you can see the pan. Okay? All right, so we're going to do 4. Okay. That's it. Let me put this over here so it don't be in front of you on the computer. Okay, and we're going to turn this down to medium because. Okay. Just stir it. Mix it up. Get it all over the ground beef. Okay. Now. Let's turn this around. All right. So we cooked the ground beef. We left the oil, grease in there. We put 4 tablespoons of flour, and we made sure it was covering all the ground beef and mixed it all in. Okay? Now we are going to put 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I am not going to really measure 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to put 2 big squeezes. 1. It's almost gone anyways. This is about gone. I'll have to buy some more. I used to get it in the can, and the can will go to waste, but now I bought it in the little tube. It's much easier. Okay? So, now just kind of flatten it out. When you squeeze it in, it makes the 2 tablespoons of both. Just flatten it out. All right, let it cook a little, get all the acidity out. All right, and then mix it in. Okay. Sorry, I had to put a little more oil because the oil is cooking out and my pan is and the ground beef is starting to stick. So we don't want that. All right, stir that in. Okay, just make sure because I read you most of the but I don't memorize. Let some of the bitterness cook out before you spread it around. Okay, so now we're going to put some onion. Okay, however much onion you want, remember. Okay. However much onion you want and however many. It says 1 red and 1 green. If you want to write that down. So that's 2 bell peppers, whatever colors you want. But I'm not really measuring. I'm just putting a couple of handfuls. That's it. All right. All righty. Oh, I was looking over there for you guys. Like I forgot that I moved you guys. Okay. So I did that. I'll get that in the freezer, back in the freezer in a minute. Okay, and a couple of splashes of Worcestershire sauce. It could be whatever you want. A few, he said, so about 3 or 4, but if you want to do, I'm just splashing it all around. Okay, that should be enough. That was probably a little more than 3 or 4, but it's okay. Okay, then we want to squish in some ginger paste. If you only have minced ginger, it's, oh, sorry, you guys are right here. It's okay. So just squeeze about 2. That should be good. That should be good enough. Okay. Now let's mix this all around. Get everything mixed in there. Okay. That's why I forgot about this. No, I forgot what this one was. Yeah, this is 96.4 actually. For this one, you might want to make it like at least no more than 90.10 so you can have some grease left up in here. Because if not, you'll have to add some oil. Okay, so we are going to add, and I got to start the water boiling for the noodles, I forgot. But we are going to add about 2 cups, about half of this box. Just estimate, unless you really want to measure, but I'm just going to estimate. Okay, that's an estimate. Okay, stir it around. I'm going to put it on 6, so it could be a little high. Let it cook down or cook out, whatever you want to call it. Okay. All right, here's my pan. I forgot how I was like trying to, I grabbed this so when the spaghetti's done. All right, so I'm gonna turn on the hot water. Comment below. Do you boil your water with hot water or do you start from cold water? Let's see, nobody's on here. Okay. I just wanted to say, which I forgot, is how is your day going? Comment below, how's your day going? How's the weather? If how is everything going? And I forgot to put the Cash App, so I'm going to do that now. All right, there's the Cash App. Now the Cash App I usually pin. Right now the star comment is pinned, but it should be in the comments if you want to read. It just talks about you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make more content. I appreciate each and every one of you that send stars. That's about all that says. Okay, pin Cash App. All right, there's the Amazon wish list. All right, get this water going. Then YouTube, I am going to put Cash App in here. All right, there it is. If you ever need an explanation of why I put the Amazon wish list or the Cash App, you can always ask me and I'll explain. Now, YouTube, always say, I'm going to come back later through my iPad or my phone and put the Cash App onto, the Amazon wish list onto the YouTube video in the comments, so check later, but I always forget, so. All right, it's cooking down, getting there. So I like to put the salt on when it's almost ready to boil. I don't know, I read something or heard something a long time ago about waiting till it's almost boiling before you put the salt in, but And I usually, like I said, I usually put oil in, and I don't put avocado or olive oil. I usually just put vegetable oil into the water. You can use avocado oil and stuff like that too, but this one, he said, don't put any in there. Okay. Okay. I'm just drinking some tea. Ooh. Spilled some tea on my phone. All right. Now let's see what's next. To make sure I remember it right. No oil or it will spoil. So, after you get the noodles in and get it started, or while this is cooking, after you put the second part of the, after this cooks down and you put some more, the rest of the beef broth, then just give it a moment, let it start cooking up, and then go ahead and you can add in your Lipton onion soup pack. Okay, it's beefy onion. You see, yeah, it's beefy onion. That's the flavor, beefy onion. Okay, let's show you the box. See, it's beefy onion. Okay, just one pack. This one does it. Just one pack. I mean, you might use the second pack if you're making a whole bunch of this. Like, let's say you were making 4 pounds of ground beef, or 2 Italian sausage and 2 ground beef, because you were making like a big bunch of people. I mean, a lot. Then you can go ahead and then you would put like 8 tablespoons of flour instead of 4. 4 tablespoons of tomato paste instead of 2, and then you might want to use 1.5 of these or 2 of these. So have 2 prepared. Okay. You might want to put 1 whole one in, and then when that cooks down, put the second one in. And then I'm using 2 boxes. You can use 1 or 2 boxes. That's up to you. But if you're doubling it, you definitely want to use 2 boxes, probably 3 or 4, but 3 would be good. Okay, 3 probably would be the best. Okay. He said he could eat it just like that over some. See, it's kind of going to be like this. Okay. Okay. So now, while I'm waiting on that, because it's almost probably getting close to adding the second half, I'm going to go ahead and put my peppers and onions away back in the freezer. Okay, and we are going to do some breadsticks. I like the garlic sticks. Okay. And this is really, I will eat a non-name brand from the store, like a Walmart brand, but I prefer to have the New York one. Like when I get what do you call it? Croutons. I like to get the New York brand croutons. I like the butter flavored or just the seasoned one. That is what I like. And we also have garlic knots. So let's see. The temperature is the same. The sticks are 5 to 6. And the knots are 7 to 9. So I'm going to do about 8 minutes. And then after the 8 minutes, I'm going to pull them out. I mean, after 2 minutes, since the sticks are 5 to 6, when it gets down to 6 minutes, I'm just going to put 2 minutes on the timer. And when it's done, I'll pull them out, put the sticks on there, and then put it in for the last 6 minutes. Because I don't want to overcook the ones that are cooked lower, okay? Still feels like it's sticking to the pan, but it shouldn't because you got this. All right, so let's put the rest of this in here. Yeah, it's starting to simmer, so it'll boil soon. Let's get the rest of this in here. Hoping I didn't put too much because it looked like he did half and half. So, but then the spaghetti noodles will end up in here too. So let's just let this cook while the pasta's cooking. Okay. I'm going to let it cook for a few minutes and then I'm going to go ahead and add the seasonings and the beefy onion Lipton soup packet. Okay. Just because you can do it right away, but I'm just going to let it. This. Okay. And so. And I always get the Walmart brand of pasta because it's just cheaper and it tastes fine to me. Once in a while, I have to get the other brand. I forgot the name of that, but the more expensive one. And when they don't have it sometimes. Because sometimes I want a pound and they only have a box of 12 ounce. So. But, and sometimes you can get the ones that are already pot ready. It's called pot ready. They're already broken in half. But they say you shouldn't break your spaghetti pasta up. I think today, I always break my spaghetti up. But I think today I'm just going to put it in and I'm not going to break it up. Okay? And I bought this. I wanted something like this. But the problem with this, the bottom part is so flimsy that when I go to grab like the spaghetti or something, it's kind of hard to lift it up because it's so flimsy. Is anybody on here? Nobody's on here yet. I didn't expect it. It's still Thursday, and people may be at work. I don't know. So I gotta write down real quick, guys, before I forget. Tomato paste. I keep my list up as I go along. Can you believe it? I went shopping like early last week or something. I was late on going shopping from the last paycheck. And then I still ended up with a list this long. And that's because some of the stuff I did not buy because I was lower in money. Then a couple of things came up as the days went on. Like the tomato paste, I just ran out of it. We just ran out of syrup. Stuff like that. So I'm going to let that cook. It's almost about to boil. Did I say? I think I said 425 on this. So let's get this out. I'm going to go. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go put this on my kitchen table. I don't have room anywhere else in here. Okay, that was a heavy pizza stone that my husband's mom gave us, and 2 cookie sheets. That's where we keep it because we can't. We don't have anywhere else. Okay? So, but just every once in a while, stir this. I was trying to. Oh, I just put this. This was just for the flour taste. I was just gonna taste the piece before I put the seasoning in. If I had to eat it like that, I could, but it still needs flavoring. So let's go ahead with the seasoning. The water's about to boil, so this thing never wants to cut right. Tear. So there we go. The whole packet. Now, if you don't have, and you have like the onion packet or something else you can use, or they don't have it at the store at the moment you're shopping, then you can always use another kind. Okay? I'm just going to do the big side. We're going to get this in there. Okay. Then, let's do the Cajun. So we put the beefy onion Lipton soup packet in there. Then I just put some of the McCormick's or Nature seasoning, whichever you want to have. The garlic, onion, black pepper, and sea salt. Now you can put all those separate if you don't have a seasoning with just them. Okay? All right. Just to your liking, remember. Season to your liking. Okay, and then you can taste it. And if you think there's something missing, you can always add it too. Okay? And then a little bit of Italian seasoning. Ooh, that comes out fast. All right, that's plenty. All right, let's stir it in. I'm going to let it cook for a little while to get these flavors mixed in. Then I'm going to taste it again to see if it tastes okay. You can see all that. Especially the Italian seasoning, you can see this. And you can smell all those seasonings after I put them in. Oh, it smells so delicious. Okay, let it cook for a few minutes. And then I'll taste it and see if. And it's time to put the pasta in. And this pasta cooks for 9 to 11 minutes. Oh, let me. Okay. And once the pasta's done, then I can put the bread in. But I'm going to drain the pasta and then I'll put the bread in. That way, while I'm, mixing the pasta into here, Or you could dump this into the pan that I'm cooking the pasta in, but I usually dump from the pot into here, into this pan. This pan, because it's big enough to fit. Now, I tried to show you all the pan, but I guess I didn't. Hold on, guys. Let me get this pasta in. Okay, that's one. Because we like to have leftovers, and the three of us, and especially my husband and my son, they eat a lot, so. I'll break down these boxes just a minute. All right, let's see. Can you see the pan a little bit? I guess you can a little bit. But let me get something. Let me see. I'm going to use some tongs. I'm going to use the big ones. I wish I had big ones. It's Pioneer Woman and it matches my small ones. But I wish the bottom ones were rubber, just like the small ones. See, the small ones are rubber, but I wish the big one was too. But it's okay. So let's get this in here. We're going to start with 9 minutes. It says 9 to 11. Then we'll taste it and see. And make sure you stir it on every so often because pasta, especially spaghetti pasta, will clump together and you'll have clumps and you can't get it unclumped or whatever you want. Let's get the timer on. All right, I bring it down from high to about medium high, which is 8, from 10 to 8, because sometimes the water just likes to pop out everywhere. But I like to constantly stir this every couple of minutes because I don't want my spaghetti to clump up. And once in a while, I'll still have some clumps, even if I do this. Just got to make sure you just separate them. All right. And if you're watching the replay, please make sure you comment #replay. hashtag replay, so I can see how many people have watched this after I posted it. And usually either people are not putting hashtag replay or I'm not getting any replays. That's all I can say. Maybe one of these days I'll start getting more people. But we're not going into all that right now. Just cooking. And I know some people have a schedule. So it is what it is. Maybe I'm just going to turn this up a little more. Maybe it'll cook down a little faster. Okay. All right, now I'm going to taste it. Just taste a piece of ground beef. See how it is with the seasonings I added. See? Oh, that is so good. You sleeping, Alvin? That is so good. Things like to stick to it. Come here, babe. Just a piece of, I think I seasoned it perfectly. Good. All right, thumbs up from my husband. Okay, let's back to getting these noodles. Okay, guys, I'm going to go and get some foil and bring one of those cookie sheets back in here for the bread. How many breadsticks you want? Or bread? You want the knotted ones? How many? How many bread? There's 6 in each. I got breadsticks and bread knots.
If you make them all, I'll end up eating them all today.
No, you don't need to eat them all today. But how many? You want breadsticks or you want the knots or you want one of each or 2 of each?
You can just make all the breadsticks.
Huh?
You can just make the breadsticks.
Thomas wants the knots. Can you get that hand sanitizer that fell on the floor? You can come taste the meat. It tastes good with the seasonings. Okay, guys. I just wanted to find out who wanted knots and who wanted. I think I seasoned it perfect. That's good, isn't it? Okay, guys, I just wanted my son to taste it. Yeah, my son's out there, and yes, he does live with me if you didn't know. Okay? We are going to stir this up. I'm going to check the video again just to see if that guy's stuff was this liquidy, because it's really liquidy. Now, if you want, you can put 1 cup of beef broth, and then when it cooks down, you can put the 2nd cup, and then see if that's enough. If it's not enough, you can add some more. Okay? Because me putting this whole thing, let me see. Okay, let's see. Oops, I gotta go back to my, because sometimes it comes out of the, all right, here it is. Let me see. He says it's the meat and the veggies soaking up the broth. The way he said it, no oil or it will spoil. At the end, okay, at the end, he did add a little bit of the pasta water to it. So if you get a some kind of cup or something and scoop some of it up, it's no amount measured. Like save a cup, save half a cup. I don't know. Just scoop a little bit up, save it to the side before you drain it, and because we're gonna put it in at the end. And his was not real watery or juicy from the so he must have put a little, but it looked like he put half the box of beef broth and then the other half afterwards. But let me go back and see. And I'm gonna break these down so I can tear them up and throw them away. I did forget to add the salt, so I'm going to add some now. I don't know if it's too late. It's got 2 minutes left on it. But I did forget. I may put very little of the pasta water, especially if this still has a lot of liquid in it. He said 16 ounces of pasta. So that was just the beeping of the oven finished preheating. Now, when I set a timer before the oven preheats, then the temperature of the oven will come up when it beeps. So I no longer can see the timer, but the timer is still there. And it was 2 minutes, so it's probably 1 minute now. Usually I hear a beep when it gets to the 1 minute because it starts counting down. I'll hear that beep. Okay. So let's see. Let's stir this. I may put it up a little more. Well, it's sticking kind of to the bottom a little bit, but it'll soak it all up in the pasta too. So let's just test this. It says 9 to 11. It did at 9, but let's get a. They do taste. It does taste good. I was holding the pasta and it was hot. So it's good. Let's turn it off. Okay. Let's get my fingers were burning. This plastic one is not good for microwaving because it was kind of melting some of this and it was hot, so I ended up getting a glass one, a 4-cup one, so I still use it, but not for the microwave. But I hope it's okay in here. That's about a third of a cup, and I think it'll be good enough. So we'll just lay it right there. Okay? So let me all right, now we're going to drain this. pasta. Okay. Slowly pour it so you don't burn yourself. Okay, so just remember, I used 2 boxes. He said 16 ounces. I used 2 boxes. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to use 1 or 2 boxes. And somebody once told me when I was making regular spaghetti, they were like, with the 2 boxes of spaghetti I should put in, I should use, because I always use 2 pounds of ground beef, I should use 3 pounds of ground beef to 2 boxes. Because you'd probably use 2 pounds to 1. But I thought about it. I was like, they're right. It could use a little more ground beef because the noodles sometimes overpowers. But I've never done it because I always forget and never think about it. Okay. Trying to get that back in there without spilling it, and the strainer was kind of hot, so I was. Okay. Okay. So we got this. I was gonna leave it in the strainer, but then no. So I'm gonna just put it back here and put it in there in a minute. Okay? Alrighty, so let's stir this up. Okay? And, let me put this ginger away because it's refrigerator stuff. Okay, so I don't have a lot of counter space, so I like to get things put away after I'm done using them as I can. Alrighty. And then let's get this Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Alright, I'm going to turn this back down to medium. Okay. Because he has less liquid than I do. But I'm figuring the spaghetti's, it went down some, you could tell. And plus the spaghetti's going to soak it up. I love bell peppers, just not green. All right, let's get the bread on here. Okay. You said 2, Alvin? 3 breadsticks?
Well, there's only 6 of them.
Yeah. Okay. Thomas just wants 2 knots, so I'll put the other 4 away. Okay, my husband only wants 2, and I know he loves the knots. So like I said, I'm going to put these in for 2 minutes, pull them out, and put the breadsticks on because they take less time. Okay? Okay, 2 minutes, then we'll pull it out and put the sticks on there. Did y'all know corn is good with spaghetti? But that's regular spaghetti because I've never had dirty spaghetti. Plus, it's got the vegetables, got the onions and the bell peppers. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this way down on low, near low. Okay, and we're bringing this forward. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the noodles into this pan. I'm gonna put a little bit at a time and then mix it because pouring them all at once is. All right, so let's get this mixed up. I just have to move this over something I need to hold the handle. All right, let's get this mixed up. Let me get because the bread is about to come out. I know 2 minutes seem fast, but it takes what was it? It takes 5 to 6 minutes. And the other one was, hold on guys, I almost forgot. 7 to 9. So we're doing it 8 minutes. So 8 minutes. So 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes. Put it right here. Okay, now we are going to open this. And I'm going to use all of these. My son wants 3 and I'll have 2 of these, so that's all of them. Okay. All right. Now let's get these in here. For 6 minutes. Okay. And let's see how long we've been on here. For about an hour and 2 minutes. So by the time, once I get this all mixed up, I'm going to do a taste test for you guys. And then we will then I will end this. Okay. Always some kind of text message coming through. Okay. Yes, the noodles do soak up a lot of that liquid. And it looks like spaghetti, just a little different. Okay. And test. Now it's up to you guys. I suggest that if you want to go with 2 boxes like I did, that maybe you do a 1/3 pound and add, a few more, the flour seemed good, the tomato paste seemed good. You can add a 1/3 tablespoon if you want of the tomato paste. And, if you think you need more beef broth, but I thought it was too much to begin with, so I don't think so. But we'll see. I learned from this time next time. It might be perfect. I don't know. But just once I get all this mixed up, it's hard to mix. I wish I had something just to shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up. Okay. Now, I noticed it might need about another cup. Now, which you could use a can, because the can is 1 3/4. I've measured it before. Can is 1 3/4. So if you need 1 32 ounce, and then you just need less than 2 cups, you can always open a can. That's why I keep two 32 ounces of beef broth and chicken broth, and then 2 cans of each. So in case I only need the can, or I may need the big one, or I may need one big one and 1 can because I don't need 2. Yeah. But, if you have leftovers, if you're not going to use the beef broth or chicken broth within like 2 to 3 days, then what you want to do is pour it into a Ziploc bag, a big Ziploc bag, and measure it first in a measuring cup so you can write on the bag before you put it in there. You can write on the bag how many cups is left, like half a cup, 1 cup, 2 cups, so you'll remember, and lay it flat in your freezer, flat, not standing up, flat, and let it freeze. Okay? I think it's kind of hard. However you stir this, I'm using this spoon now. I was using the... Now we just have about this much left. That's it. Just a tiny bit more. Next time, now I guess I could add it now and let it warm up, but I don't know if I want to do that. Hello? What? We didn't go to North Carolina. Did we? I don't remember why. Did you talk to your Uncle Paul?
Oh.
Oh, I don't know. I was just asking because he's in North Carolina. Maybe he might. No. No, he went on a trip. I don't know. He took vacation. Okay, what? Oh, I'm making dirty spaghetti. You can make dirty rice too instead of spaghetti with rice. Yeah, it's like spaghetti, but it tastes so good. It's seasoned to perfection. You should try it. No? Okay. All right. Love you. Bye. I said what? Like I was afraid she was ready to ask for some money.
Who?
Ryan.
What, she called you?
She just wanted to know. She asked me what parts of North Carolina have we been to. I know we
What
went.
did she say? She did talk to Paul?
No. It's just coincidence she mentioned North Carolina. He was there. But I said, oh, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I said, we never went to North Carolina. She said, yes, we did with the church.
Yeah, we did one time.
You remember what part of North Carolina that was? No, I don't
We
remember.
went to another church or something.
But, all right, guys. Sorry. Okay. So, let's take the bread out. All right, it's all nice and let me put this flour on. But yes, that was just sorry guys, my daughter was asking me what parts of North Carolina have we been to when she was a child. I told her I never been to North Carolina and taken her as a child. I know I've been through North Carolina with my mom and stepdad, but she was like, yes, we did with the church. And then I thought about it, I remembered, but I don't remember what part. Yeah, we did. We did take a couple of bus trips to some different places with our church. So but I'm going to use this to scoop it. Not this. I'm going to get a fork out. I'm going to taste this for you guys. And then we're going to get off of here. Okay, let me put this in the back so it'll block you guys. Ready? And I promise I'm going to remember to try to fix the lighting on this computer or figure out how to change it so it doesn't look so dark. Okay? I know. So I'm just going to swirl some. It probably could be a little more. Oh, I forgot to put the little bit of, I was supposed to put it on the ground beef, but It was just about 1/3 cup of the pasta water. You can always add a little bit of pasta water to your things that for flavor. But here we go. See, here it is. Okay. It's hot, so be careful. That is amazing. Like really amazing. I'm gonna post this picture in the comments of the guy's video so you can see. But let's go here. I want to take. Just gonna take this out. I don't want to, and I'm gonna take a picture of it. Oh wait, before I take a picture, now it said at the end. I gotta move all this stuff to get to what I want. That you can chop up some parsley, fresh parsley, or use this as a garnish. You don't have to, but you can. And I almost forgot about that, so I want to. So let's do that before I take the picture. Okay? That's good. Okay? All right, now let me get the picture. Alrighty. Okay. So, hi, Kate McDowell. I hope you're still here. I know I didn't see you. I'm so sorry. But let's turn this around so you can see it. Close. Isn't that look so good? It looks a little bit like spaghetti, but it tastes a lot different. And usually I don't think you put peppers in, unless they're in the spaghetti sauce. Yeah. So, is it pouring rain? Oh, it's raining again, guys. We've been having a lot of rain all this week. And it's pouring again. But anyways, everything good. Let me turn off the oven. Okay. So, now, oh, let me see. I turned it around. Let me see if y'all can see this way. See, guys? Okay. Just comment hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. YouTube and Facebook, okay? So, this is a thumbs up. Let's do my, oh, it tastes so good dance. I know I can't dance, but I always do a little dance when something tastes good. I got, nobody's on my YouTube, but I did get 2 thumbs up, so that's okay. And Kate, if you ever come back and watch this and hear me say this, I am sorry I missed you. I was checking the comments every so often, and nobody was on there, so I didn't look as often, and then you did come on. Well, I thank you for coming on there, and I appreciate it. And how are you doing today? How is your day going? But I'm sorry I missed you. All right. So I will talk to you guys later, and I'm going to end this the way I end all lives. I appreciate you guys for coming on, whoever did. And I appreciate the people who are going to watch the live later. All right. And I want you guys to stay positive, do your thing, keep working on your goals or working on yourself. And just keep being good to others and good to yourself. Okay? Got to be good so you can be good for others. And I want you guys to have a wonderful rest of your evening or afternoon. And know that I love you guys. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube. Let me.
I was ready.